Hey everyone, in this video we're going to discuss about virtual machines and containers as well as virtual machines versus containers. Most of the videos compare virtual machines versus containers, but it is not the right analogy. When somebody compares virtual machines and containers, it is comparing apples and oranges. So it is not right to say one versus another. Why? We're going to find out in this 4 minutes. Optional prerequisite for this video, you can watch virtual machine explained in 4 minutes as well as containers explained in 4 minutes. As you know, virtual machines virtualization happens at hardware level where you have hardware and host operating system, sometimes it is optional, and you have an hypervisor which helps create virtual machines which comes with their own guest OS. On top of which you'll have libraries and dependencies and then applications. In case of containers, the virtualization happens at the software level. So you have a hardware and you have a kernel like a Linux operating system, and you have a container engine which helps isolate different applications and package the libraries and dependencies along with it so that you can easily move between the systems. In ideal scenario, typically when you refer to some of the popular cloud computing environments, you will see both VMs and containers best of both together. So you'll have a hardware and you have a type 1 hypervisor. On top of that, you will have virtual machines where the container engine will be on top of the operating system, where you will launch containers inside the virtual machine. So you'll get best of both here. You are doing virtualization at hardware level and virtualization at software level where your applications are running. So this gives a lot of flexibility how you utilize the hardware as well as how you package the applications, how you can seamlessly move it from one system to another system. But it's a bad idea to run applications directly inside virtual machines without having container engine or without having containers. Let's find out why. So this is only with respect to directly running applications inside the virtual machines compared to running applications inside containers. Like we saw in the earlier slide, you can use best of both. You can have VMs and containers inside the VMs. But this is if you're running applications directly inside VMs. Typically, in the case of virtual machines, if you want to launch a virtual machine, it takes a lot of time to launch it because you need to have OS along with the virtual machine. So typically it takes minutes to launch virtual machines, but containers you can launch in milliseconds. That means you can boot up your application within milliseconds and scale according to the need. And when it comes to memory, virtual machines takes a lot of memory because, as you know, guest OS is part of virtual machine. But in case of container, so it runs on top of the kernel and it is very lightweight, so it takes less memory space. Similarly, virtual machines take a lot of disk space because the OS is part of the virtual machine, and containers takes very small space within few MBs and KBs, so it is easy to launch them, easy to move them and run applications inside the containers. Portability, it is not easy because virtual machines comes with a different OS and different libraries, different dependencies. So it is not easy to port them, the applications running inside the virtual machines. But containers are seamless and has a consistent experience and you can port them very quickly. So similarly, virtual machines are not efficient. Containers are very efficient to run it at scale because you can densely pack these containers unlike virtual machines. So operating system kernel, virtual machines have dedicated and containers can share. So those are the advantages of running applications directly within the containers. But like we discussed, we are not comparing virtual machines and containers. You can have containers running inside virtual machines and use best of both. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you like this video. Please like and share this video, subscribe to YouTube channel and get notified if any future videos. Thank you once again.